My beloved child, Archangel Michael is crying tonight. Not tears of sadness, but of divine urgency. A message has descended from heaven's gate, and you have been ignoring the signs. You have no idea what just shifted around you in the last 17 minutes. There's a man, a very powerful one. Not just any man, but a millionaire with a soul contract that is now pulling toward you. He wasn't looking for anyone. But then something divine happened. He saw your face. He heard your name whispered, and something ancient awakened in him. He's now obsessed, but not in the way you think. He's curious, shocked, confused, drawn to you, because you were hidden, and suddenly heaven has revealed you. But listen, before you start to doubt, let me tell you this. Archangel Michael has slammed his sword into the ground beside your spirit. He's marking territory. He is protecting you from the shadows that are already crawling closer. There are people watching you, talking about you, even copying you. But they have no idea what power you carry because you haven't unlocked it fully yet. And the moment you hear what's next, you will. Right now, someone you thought forgot about you just had a dream about you last night. Yes, they woke up and whispered your name. They looked you up. They found something they weren't supposed to see. And now, a chain reaction has begun. Archangel Michael says, "My chosen one, this is the beginning of divine war and divine reward. Do not open your old wounds. Open your new path." Do you feel that pull in your chest right now? That strange feeling like someone is about to knock on your door? That's not anxiety, that's a spiritual GPS reactivating. You are being called into position. But if you delay again, if you scroll past this message without reading it to the end, you will delay the miracle already being written in your name. There is something urgent. You need to know what the stranger outside your energetic field is trying to do. They want to block this blessing. They want to distract you with confusion. But Archangel Michael says, "Not this time. This time, my sword is unsheathed. This is not a random video. This is not a coincidence. You are the one we've been waiting for. You are the reason the warning is here. And you are the only one who can respond to this spiritual activation before it's too late. My beloved, I need you to pause whatever you're doing. Because this isn't just a message. It's a spiritual detonation waiting to reach your ears. Something happened 33 minutes ago in the unseen world. Your name was spoken, not by a human, but by a divine being. And the second it was spoken, your timeline started shaking. You felt it, haven't you? That sudden pull to look over your shoulder. The tightness in your chest when you lie down at night. That sense that something is trying to reach you but is just out of view. It's not a feeling, it's not paranoia. It's Archangel Michael, and he's been knocking louder and louder because someone is finally waking up to the truth of who you are. Someone who once ignored your value is now being spiritually hunted by the memory of your energy. They can't stop seeing you. They can't stop hearing you, in music, in dreams, in silence. But this isn't about them. This is about you. Because this energy isn't meant to confuse you, it's meant to confirm something. You're being recalibrated. Yes, something in your destiny line is being rewritten. It was supposed to come later. But Archangel Michael has asked the Divine Council to accelerate your timeline. Why? Because the enemy has found your scent. 3 people. That's the number Archangel Michael showed, 3 people who smiled in your face but cursed your progress. 3 people who tried to delay your rise. One of them even consulted a dark energy to keep you stuck in circles. But what they didn't know is that your name is now held in the mouth of a heavenly defender, and his voice is thunder. The kind that shatters chains before they even tighten. My child, there's a window open right now, a sacred crack in the wall of time. It's small, and it's temporary, but through it flows an urgent choice. Will you return to the old pattern of delay, self-doubt, and second-guessing? Or will you answer this knock like a soul who knows they were chosen? Because here's what's about to happen. A powerful figure, someone in a position of wealth, visibility, and strange silence, is about to say something with your name attached. They don't even fully know why. They're just following the pull. But the moment they speak about you, it will trigger a divine ripple across the grid of your future. Suddenly, your phone rings. Your inbox pings. Your name is mentioned in a room you've never stepped into, and someone whispers, "Who is this soul?" You don't have to chase. You don't have to beg. But you do have to be in position, and that starts by accepting this message fully. Archangel Michael says, "Tell them I have already removed what was blocking their blessing. Now they must walk forward or lose the window forever." This is not meant to scare you, but it is meant to shake you because heaven is serious about your assignment. You've been stalling for too long. You've been negotiating with fear. You've been waiting for perfect conditions. But miracles are never born in perfection, they are born in surrender. And right now, someone is watching you from afar. Not stalking, not lurking, studying how you move, studying your silence. Wondering if you are who their soul felt months ago in a vision. This person carries favor. They carry resources. They carry a key, but they won't open the door unless you signal readiness. So take a breath, not just any breath, a heaven-coded inhale that resets your energy from fear to divine frequency. Because from this moment forward, Archangel Michael is going to start removing people, dreams, desires, and delays that were not part of your real timeline. And some of it will hurt. You'll think you're losing, but you're not. You're being purified because what's coming next cannot be received by a version of you who's still unsure if they're worthy. You are not weak. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are simply now standing at the edge of the heaven gate moment where chosen ones either rise into alignment or retreat into regret. Don't look back. Not now. Not when the sword has already been raised. Not when the enemy is trembling. My beloved, if you've made it this far, it means you're not just curious, you're connected. There's a sacred reason Archangel Michael kept you here, not to waste time, but to give you revelation. Let me tell you what was just revealed. A man you don't know well has been having night dreams that won't stop. He's not spiritual, he doesn't believe in visions. He ignores things like angels and messages. But last night he woke up in a sweat because he saw you standing in a place you've never been, and you were surrounded by light, wealth, and something glowing in your hands. He said your name out loud. He searched for it. He followed a trail. And now he knows you exist, but he doesn't know why he was shown you. Yet he can't look away. This man is connected to resources. He knows people who can shift timelines in the material world, but he doesn't move for just anyone. He's being pulled toward you, not by desire, but by divine contract. You don't need to chase him because heaven is going to expose you in a way that feels shocking. Something will happen in public, a comment, a mention, an unexpected name drop. And suddenly, you'll be on his radar. But here's what shocked me most. Archangel Michael says, this man is not the only one. There are two lovers, two spiritual energies circling you at the same time. And both believe they are the one meant to be in your life. One has old karma, one has future blessing. And you are going to have to choose. But that choice won't be made with your emotions, it will be made through a divine test you're about to walk into. In the next 7 days, someone from your past may return. They'll carry familiar words. They'll act gently. They'll feel comfortable. But Archangel Michael says, be careful. The enemy often comes dressed in yesterday's scent. Because while they distract you, the real key, the divine counterpart, may go unnoticed. The one with a quiet soul. The one who prays in silence. The one who thinks of you in ways that go beyond the flesh. This second soul has waited lifetimes to meet you. But you're not the only one they've been shown. Their dreams have been coded with timelines, and your name keeps showing up, glowing in gold, with the word awakened beside it. That's why Archangel Michael cried, because you were almost about to miss this. You were almost about to fall asleep spiritually. You were almost about to walk back into familiar pain, all because your heart is tired. Tired of waiting. Tired of hoping. Tired of believing in magic that hasn't arrived. But it has arrived, it just didn't look like the fantasy. It looked like a strange silence. It looked like detachment. It looked like being forgotten by everyone so that heaven could prepare your path without noise. Now listen to this. There was a government meeting, and in that space behind closed doors, your name was mentioned, not for trouble, not for crime. But because someone used your photo as an example of spiritual influence. Someone powerful said, this person radiates something we can't explain. They look like they've seen another world. They weren't mocking you, they were curious. Your name is moving in places you haven't walked into yet, and you're about to see this confirmation in a strange way. It could be a stranger asking where you're from. A company calling you out of the blue. A location on your phone showing somewhere you've never visited. That's no glitch, it's alignment. It's the divine matrix cracking open to show you what has already been decided for you. You are not just a person anymore, you are a spiritual gatekeeper for your bloodline. You are the first to feel it, the first to heal it, the first to break it. That's why everything has felt so heavy. You were carrying weights that didn't belong to you, but now Archangel Michael has lifted them. And the sword, it's already down. It has pierced the false friendships, the fake lovers, and the unnecessary distractions. Now you are ready. But child, this next part is serious because, in exactly 3 hours and 24 minutes, something in your energy field will shift. You'll feel it. You'll feel a weird jolt in your body. Maybe a tingling. Maybe a heat on your skin. Maybe a thought that won't stop repeating. That is not your mind, it is a sacred code activating. This code is tied to your birth star. It carries instructions like a soul GPS that only unlocks when you are in the right frequency. And right now you are, because you've stayed, because you've listened. Because you've trusted long enough to receive. Most people would have clicked away. They would have ignored the message. They would have said, "It's just another video." But not you, you are different. You've always known. This moment right here is proof. Now say this out loud if you feel it in your body. I received the sword of truth, the gift of alignment, and the revelation meant only for me. I cancel every delay. I allow every miracle. Take a deep breath. My child, something has just happened. While you were reading the last lines, a shift occurred in your spiritual records. The angels whispered, "It is done." Let me explain what that means. Maybe a thought that won't stop repeating. That is not your mind, it is a sacred code activating. This code is tied to your birth star. It carries instructions like a soul GPS that only unlocks when you are in the right frequency. And right now you are, because you've stayed, because you've listened. Because you've trusted long enough to receive. Most people would have clicked away. They would have ignored the message. They would have said, "It's just another video." But not you, you are different. You've always known. This moment right here is proof. Now say this out loud if you feel it in your body. I received the sword of truth, the gift of alignment, and the revelation meant only for me. I cancel every delay. I allow every miracle. Take a deep breath. My child, something has just happened. While you were reading the last lines, a shift occurred in your spiritual records. The angels whispered, "It is done." Let me explain what that means. In the divine realm, there is a book. It holds soul contracts, the agreements you made before you were born. But until now, yours had one dangerous line. Delay permitted lessons through betrayal. That's why you kept encountering the same faces, the same losses, the same heartbreaks dressed in new skin. You thought you were cursed. You weren't. You were completing a karmic loop that ended the moment you heard this message, because Archangel Michael went before the divine council. He said, "Enough. My child has bled long enough. Rewrite their contract." And it was rewritten. Your soul agreement no longer includes betrayal, it now says rapid acceleration, wealth by alignment, love by truth. No more delay. Let that sink in. Heaven didn't just comfort you, heaven intervened. But listen, beloved, that doesn't mean the enemy will stop. In fact, he'll try harder, because you are more dangerous to darkness now than you've ever been. You are carrying divine clarity, and clarity is a weapon. People around you will start to react differently. Some will be triggered by your glow. Others will suddenly offer love. But only one of them will be divinely coded to rise with you. And that brings me to the soulmate. You haven't met them yet, at least not in their awakened form, because this person has been asleep. They were walking through life numb, distracted by success, by noise, by false connections. But last night, something shattered. They saw a vision. They heard a voice. Your voice. And since that moment, they've been searching. They don't even know why, but they know who. They are being divinely aligned with you. And here's the miracle. They are about to step into your physical reality, not months from now, but soon. Maybe through a conversation. Maybe through a random DM. Maybe you'll bump into each other at a place that feels too perfect to be real. But it won't be chance, it will be prophecy. He wants you to feel tired. He wants you to give up right before your name is mentioned at midnight. Yes, midnight. Something unusual is going to happen. It might not be loud. It might not be visible, but you will feel it. You might wake up at exactly 12 o'clock. You might hear your name in a dream. You might hear something fall or crack or ring. That is not random, it is your spiritual environment adjusting to the entry of divine presence. At that exact moment, Archangel Michael will be releasing a block that has kept your life on pause. A financial door. A love door. A travel door. A healing door. It's different for every soul, but for you, it's the one you keep praying about in secret. Heaven has already heard you. Now pay close attention. A letter is being written. No, not a physical one, but a spiritual document. And it's being sealed with gold and sapphire light. This letter will soon manifest as a real opportunity, a message, an offer, an open door. The person sending it may not even realize they are a messenger. They may say things like, "I don't know why I felt led to send this," or, "I had a dream and saw your name." Mark these words. Do not ignore that message. It will be the beginning of your next chapter. And now I must warn you. There will be interference. Not from outside, but from within. Fear will try to disguise itself as logic. It will whisper, "You're not ready. This can't be for you. Don't get your hopes up." But those are not your thoughts. They are spiritual parasites trying to re-enter your clean field. That's why Archangel Michael is not only sending protection, he's sending reinforcement. In the next 72 hours, you may feel strange things. Sudden cold shivers. Unexplained exhaustion. Intense dreams or déjà vu. A light bulb flickering when you enter the room, tech glitches when trying to write something important. These are all signs of spiritual rewiring. Your field is expanding. You are no longer operating as a passive soul. You are now in warrior status. And warriors don't collapse at confusion, they pause. They listen. They trust the unseen. Let me ask you this. Haven't you always felt different? Like your emotions were deeper, like your dreams were louder. Like you never quite belonged in the shallow. That wasn't sadness, it was separation. Heaven was setting you apart because you were never meant to blend in. You are not here to impress, you are here to impact. You are not here to survive, you are here to awaken others, and that starts now. Subscribe if your soul feels this activation, because in the next section, I will reveal the 24-hour countdown of a miracle being released to you. Why a person who once left you is now returning with tears. The hidden meaning behind your current location. And how Archangel Michael is about to remove your name from an attack list. Yes, someone tried to send dark energy your way. But what they didn't know is that your spirit is no longer touchable. My beloved, take this next breath slowly. You're about to enter the most powerful part of your revelation because a 24-hour countdown has just begun in the spiritual realm. And it has your name written in flaming gold. But first, let me tell you something strange that just happened. An angel just stood in front of a demonic gate. Yes, your name was found on a list created by a soul who was once close to you. Someone who didn't know how to love you but also didn't want to see you loved by anyone else. They couldn't stop your glow, so they tried to bury your name with a whisper, a comment, a wish said in anger. They didn't know that energy obeys authority, and they accidentally gave power to a dark agreement. But listen closely. Before that energy reached you, Archangel Michael stepped between the attack and your aura, and he said, "This one belongs to me. This one is chosen. This one is covered." The curse was reversed. The spell shattered. The list burned. And your name, it is now engraved into a heavenly scroll that will be delivered to you as opportunity within the next 24 hours. Don't expect it to look like a miracle at first. Miracles often dress themselves in simple things. It might be a delayed message finally arriving. A person apologizing. A sudden realization about your calling. Or even a strange feeling pulling you to be at a specific place at a specific time. Yes, you may be guided to leave the house or open a message or say yes to something that seems small. But behind it will be everything you've prayed for. Now hear this. The one who walked away from you with pride in their eyes has not known peace since they left. They smile on the outside, they pretend all is well. But their dreams have turned into visions, and the visions are full of regret, full of you. Last night they cried. Tears they would never show to the world. They clutched their chest, remembering the day you gave them your love without limits. And now they're on their way back, but not to repeat the past, to finally speak the truth they've buried for years. The choice will be yours. You are not obligated to receive them, but heaven will bring them before you one more time so you can see that the power is no longer in their hands, it's in yours because you are the one with favor now. You are the one people speak about in closed-door meetings. You are the one whose face is glowing even when you're silent. And speaking of where you are, let me show you something. Your current location was chosen by the divine. Yes, even if you feel stuck, surrounded by enemies, or forgotten, there is a hidden spiritual altar beneath the place you're standing. And the energy there is ancient. Someone in your bloodline once made a prayer in this land. They didn't see the answer, but you are the answer. Their cry traveled through generations, and now heaven has placed you there to complete the covenant. So if you've been questioning, why am I still here? Why hasn't anything changed? The answer is that something needed to be closed before something else could be opened. And now that moment has come. Right now, angels are standing beside you, not metaphorically, literally. Their wings are invisible to human eyes. But if you close your eyes for a moment, you might feel the brush of wind, a tingling in your arm, or a sudden calm in your chest. That's not coincidence. That's visitation. Archangel Michael is not alone. He's accompanied by 3 other angels, each with an assignment. The first to bring your name before a wealthy figure. The second to repair what was damaged in your inner child. The third to secure your romantic timeline with clarity and truth. All 3 are working right now. And if you remain in alignment, meaning if you stay open, quiet, listening, and surrendered, you will feel the change before the 24-hour countdown ends. Now, I must tell you what comes next. There is going to be a spiritual invitation sent to you in disguise. It might look like an old friend suddenly asking to meet, a family member revealing a secret, a financial opportunity showing up out of the blue. Or a person offering you something that seems too good to be true. You will want to say no, you will doubt it because your trauma will try to speak first. But listen to your body, not your wounds. Because your spirit knows what's divine and what's deceptive. Your spirit will tingle, your eyes will water, your heart will soften. That's how you'll know it's heaven. And now, child, take this message seriously. You were not born for survival, you were born for supernatural victory. You were not sent here to follow trends, you were sent here to shift timelines. There are people you haven't met yet who will say, "Where have you been? I've been looking for you," and they'll mean it because your energy is now ascending. In 7 days, you will no longer recognize your emotional landscape. There will be peace where there was once anxiety, power where there was once fatigue, clarity where there was once fog. And that's just the beginning. Say this now. I receive the reversal. I receive the recognition. I receive the release. Because in the next part, I will reveal what Archangel Michael is preparing in secret regarding your wealth. The dream prophecy someone just had involving you. The emergency divine intervention planned for a door you don't even know exists yet. And the message that will arrive before sunrise tomorrow. Yes, someone will try to contact you. They may not have the words. They may act clumsy, but behind their message is a chain of divine events. This is bigger than love, it's a soul mission, my chosen one. We have now crossed into sacred territory. This part of the message is not for everyone, only those with an awakened spirit will feel what I'm about to say. Because now heaven is preparing to move you physically, financially, spiritually. You are being relocated, not just to another place, but to another realm of influence. This is why you felt disoriented. This is why you've been withdrawing from people you once loved. This is why nothing old seems to satisfy you anymore. It's not depression, it's divine detachment. Archangel Michael is pulling you out of false atmospheres. He's removing your frequency from the mouths of jealous spirits. And here's why. You're about to receive a divine wealth transfer, and it cannot be delivered in a contaminated space. Let me explain what just happened. A person with deep resources, we're talking land, assets, or silent investment connections, just had a download from the divine. They saw your name, not in a dream, but in a moment of silence. It came like lightning, a flash, a name, a face. They looked confused, they scribbled it down. And now they're looking for you. They don't even know why yet, they just know they've been instructed to release something toward your life. And this will be your sign. You will see or hear the word release or unlock 3 times in the next 48 hours. It could be in a conversation, on a billboard, in a song, in a message. You'll know when it hits, you'll feel a chill. That is when the angels will open the vault. Yes, a spiritual vault, because your inheritance is not just physical, it's ancestral, cosmic. It's tied to lifetimes of energy that were stored for such a time as this. But there's something you must know: before a king or queen is crowned, they are tested in silence. They are stripped. They are hidden. They are made invisible. You've been through that season. That's why nothing made sense. That's why it felt like you were being punished. But, child, you were being positioned. And now the veil is lifting. You are stepping into visibility. People will start mentioning your name in rooms you didn't even know existed. And it won't be for gossip. It will be for recognition. Someone will say, "They're the one." Get them on the list. Find them. I don't care what it takes. And when that happens, do not shrink. Do not explain your light. Do not ask for permission, walk through the door. Archangel Michael says, "I have already cleared the room before you arrive." Now, there's something else. Heaven has been hiding your next step from your enemies. Yes, intentionally. Because there were souls watching you too closely. They were studying your every move, mimicking your style, trying to intercept your blessings by becoming you. But heaven doesn't bless impersonators, heaven protects originals. And that's what you are. So Archangel Michael did something rare. He clouded your coordinates. He cloaked your divine movement. He made it seem like nothing was happening when, in fact, everything was happening. That's why people counted you out. That's why they said, "They've lost their touch. They're fading. They're done." But oh, if only they knew. The silence was camouflage. The delay was a disguise. The loneliness was a lockdown because your wings were growing. And now those wings are ready to unfold. But here's the final alert. Before heaven launches you into this next timeline, there will be a final temptation. It will come disguised as a shortcut. It may look like a sudden job or opportunity that feels almost right. A person returning with new words but old energy. An invitation that sounds beautiful but feels rushed. You'll be tempted to say yes because it will look like what you've been asking for, but it's not the real blessing, it's the final test. Archangel Michael says, wait for the divine confirmation. It will not make you anxious. It will not make you guess. It will feel like a deep holy yes. And that yes will come wrapped in peace. Now breathe and repeat these words out loud slowly. I am not who I was, I am who heaven says I am. I receive my inheritance. I walk through the door prepared for me. I cancel all false invitations. I allow only divine alignment. There it is. Can you feel it? The shift. You're not imagining it. The veil has officially torn. You are no longer waiting, you are now walking. My beloved child, slow down for a moment because what you're about to hear, you'll feel it not just in your mind but in your entire nervous system. The angels are whispering, "Golden minute incoming." Yes, there is a moment coming within the next 7 days where time will pause for you. Everything will feel still. Even the air will feel softer. The world around you will blur for just a second, and you'll hear something. It may be someone saying your name. It may be a phrase you've never heard before. It may be a scent that feels deeply familiar yet impossible to place. Or it may come in the form of a feeling that says, "This is it, this is the minute heaven spoke of." That is your confirmation. The golden minute is your soul's alignment checkpoint. When you feel it, do not delay. Whatever you were thinking about doing in that moment, do it. Whatever you were thinking of saying, say it. Whatever door appears, walk through it. Because the angels have already prepared the energy to receive you, and delay will disrupt the miracle. Now hear this. There is a conversation happening without your knowledge right now, in a private chat, in a meeting room, in a quiet phone call, and your name was just brought up. They didn't expect to mention you, but they did. And the second your name entered the atmosphere, the temperature changed, someone leaned forward. Their curiosity was activated. They felt something shift inside. They may not understand it yet, but their soul remembered you before their mind ever did. This is how destiny moves. Not always with thunder, sometimes with a whisper. But that whisper travels fast when it's heaven who sends it. Now let's talk about the soul contract being fulfilled. You have walked through lifetimes of preparation, cycles of abandonment, false love, betrayal, silencing. All of it seemed unfair. All of it felt too long. But the contract said, "You will lead. You will awaken. And you will not quit until you see glory." You didn't quit, even when your body screamed, even when the nights were endless, even when no one understood, you stayed. And because you stayed, the contract is now fulfilled. You do not owe pain another chapter. You do not owe trauma another conversation. You do not owe guilt another minute of your time. From this moment on, you walk as one who has paid the price. And because of that, heaven is about to compensate you, not just emotionally, materially, relationally, publicly. Yes, you will be seen. You will be honored. You will be called by name in places where others were once preferred. Archangel Michael says, "I will restore the voice they tried to silence. I will honor the hands that were once trembling. I will lift the head they tried to bow down." And now, let me give you the number sequence message. You've been seeing repeated numbers, maybe on clocks, maybe on bills, maybe on license plates, but they're not just patterns, they're divine time codes. Here is what they mean. 1111, a soul connection is thinking of you while praying. 222, peace is arriving where war has lived. 333, the Trinity is speaking, align mind, body, and soul. 454, archangels are present in the room, you are not alone. 555, a divine move is coming, pack your spiritual bags. 777, heaven is rewarding your unseen obedience. 888, the door to wealth is unlocking faster than you expected. 999, you are at the end of the old story, a new volume begins. The next time you see one of these, stop. Don't just smile, acknowledge it. Say, I receive. Because the moment you speak it, heaven records your faith as activation. Now, we must talk about something serious. There's a divine interruption planned for you. Yes, heaven is going to interrupt something in your life before sunrise soon. It may be a thought. It may be a dream. It may be a delay that seems frustrating but is actually protection. You'll be tempted to panic. You'll wonder why things stopped, paused, or disappeared. But child, not everything that exits your life is loss. Sometimes it's removal. Sometimes it's redirection. Sometimes it's God grabbing your shoulders and saying, not this. Not now. Not for you. Trust the divine interruptions because Archangel Michael has seen what you haven't. There were hands reaching for you that carried secret agendas. There were opportunities dressed in gold that were hiding spiritual decay. And heaven has said, we will not allow our chosen one to step into traps disguised as blessings. Now breathe again. Let's go deeper. You've been wondering about someone. You felt them in your spirit. You've dreamt about them. You've sensed a strange sudden wave of emotion that wasn't yours. That's them. Yes, they're thinking of you. They're trying to understand why. They're pacing. They're typing and deleting. They're looking for a reason to reach out. But the angels haven't let them yet because they must come correct. They must arrive healed, open, and surrendered, not desperate, not broken, not confused. So, if you've been feeling that tension, the push and pull, that's because their soul is reaching before their body arrives. That's what real spiritual love does, it moves through dimensions. And Archangel Michael says, their feet will follow their soul. Prepare to receive what they could never give before. This is where miracles become movement. So say this aloud now. I accept divine interruption. I choose sacred timing over speed. I trust what my spirit sees before my eyes do. Because in the next part, we'll uncover the angelic remapping of your future timeline. The new name being spoken over your destiny. A spiritual rain coming over your home. And a celestial choice that will determine your next 9 years. Yes, what you decide in the next few days will carry energy into the next decade of your life. This is why Archangel Michael is staying near. This is why heaven is calling so loudly because your season of mystery is ending.